It's the 2015 Midwest Daffodil Society show at the Chicago Botanic Garden in Glencoe, Illinois. It's May 1st, and the show was April 30th and May 1st. Let's go in and look around. Nobody's here. It's before 10 o'clock on Sunday morning. The show is stage judged, attendees later. We'll take a quick look around, look at the prize winners, and then see what the rest of the room looks like. Let's walk over to the prize winners. You'll get a sense of the show. On the left is the design category. All along the window here are blooms that did not get in the show. Let's see why they didn't get in the show. Ah yes, the classic reasons that beautiful blooms don't get in daffodil shows. But over here is the winners table. Let's start right here at the, oh, the light's not quite perfect, but that is Calernon. At the top, a vase of 3, but the one at the top was the best bloom in show. We'll see if we can clean that up with Photoshop or something. And here now is the first place, the best small grower. That was Aspasia. A first time display effort for that member. Here's Nancy Pilipuff's best 3 stems, miniature Sabrosa, very popular miniature. Here's Cassandra, the best historic, absolutely perfect blooms, 1897 for that bloom. Bridal Crown was the best 3-stem classics, nicely posed as well. Here's the best pot, Ray Rogers, golden bells, beautiful thing. Most of us can't get those to grow in the garden very well. Here's the Maroon collection, one of many from Nancy Pilipuff. Would benefit from light from the front because all of those reverse flowers are just perfect. And at the top, Jerry Gilbert's best classic Angel. Pretty flower. Boy, look, just about right. Classic, best classic, and the best cultivar in the classics. So 2 ribbons for Jerry. Down at this end we have Nancy Pilipuff's Alyssum, was the best 3, base of 3 in the intermediates, and also was the best 3 stems for a standard. And in the back we have a lavender collection from Nancy. You can see what the blooms are there. So that was the best collection of 5-stem miniatures, and the best miniature in the show was Itsy Bitsy Splitsy in the middle, the one standing in the middle of those 5. Here we have the best collection of 5 intermediates, also from Nancy Pilipuff, our perennial silver ribbon winner for the most blues. She saved this year's show, widely agreed to be the worst year weather-wise of any in memory. Here was the best species container, also by Ray Rogers, and Pseudonarcissus obvaloris species. And here we have the best collection of 5 stems, also from Nancy, 5 stems, and the historics, 5-stem historics. So I'll put these up here so that the aficionados can see the names and the flowers. So those are the best in show. Now if we proceed around the room, go down this aisle, here are a couple of other pots that Ray had in the show. That's his specialty, as members of the American Daffodil Society will recognize. The one on the left is Barrett Browning, and This one is Classic Garden. Classic Garden. So, these are unnamed. Oh no, here are the intermediates. Not many intermediates this year. And but the unnamed and the small growers, and here we have intermediates and not very many miniatures because the weather was just awful. And there's a sign showing the 3 different kinds of blooms. So we'll do quickly a look here at what is really our best photo show we have ever had. This one was a first place in its division and a judge's pick. Many of these were from the national show, as will be recognized by people who were there. This was the Wells Canarum Award. The label, we had a hard time getting him to stay on the wall. The label seems to have disappeared, but this was the best in show photo, nicely provided by the show chair for the National Photograph Show. So we have others here. And we had a coloring table for kids. Not a lot of kids here. The weather's just so bad that not a lot of people were in the room. So we had a lot of adults coloring. Now I'll go down the design category, which is over here. We always have what I think is just one of the best design shows for daffodils there is. And this is, I thought, a striking display by Eve Southwood. I just thought that was a very nice display. She is the daughter of Bill and Pat Hessel, who are the organizers of this show. This, in fact, is Bill Hessel's entry, which was a first place. Again, look at these blooms that didn't get in the show. I believe, oh, that's an entry actually. That's an entry. Very nice. It shouldn't be on that place. So here are some others. I think there were 5 categories. Here's the best design and show. Best use of daffodils, which is an award that's given. Boy, look at that. Very nice. Very nice. And this, look at the use of daffodils here, also very nice. Lots of whites in a season when it was hard to keep the whites around. This is an interesting use of the daffodils and leucogyne here, which when I was first starting, I confused for a daffodil. And here are the others. Here, this is the small display, all to be within an 8 by 8 by 8 inch volume. My goodness, look at the tulips that she found. So that's the design show. Now I'm going to quickly walk the aisles here just to give a person an idea of what the show would look like. These are all doubles, and then these are Division 3 with short cups, and we transition into Division 2 with long cups, and eventually into trumpets with the very long cups longer than the petals. And if we go to this aisle, we have historics pre-1940, Some classics, very small sections this year. Some of these classics are blooms that were registered between 1940 and 1969. Here are vases of 3. So despite the crummy weather, some folks, oh boy, there's some nice pink silk back there, one of my favorites. Here's a lot of Beauvoir and some other, oh, those aren't all Beauvoir. This flower brought a lot of concern, not as a show flower, but because it is so huge and ungainly and interestingly colored. So that's it. That's the show at the Chicago Botanic Garden for the Midwest Daffodil Society in 2016. Come see us next year on about the same weekend.